What's the one with the little jelly blob that was like?
If you got a box of Waffle Crisp and a gallon of vitamin D milk, the rest of the day is just good, no matter what.
They're like, the world's gonna end. We're putting wheels in our shoes.
It was like the X Games. It was like, no fear. It was so cheesy. Yeah, it's like the tap out shirt of the 90s.
Well, hello, folks. It has been an entire week without any Really Passionate Geeks, but that's not the case anymore because guess what? We're back, episode 11. It is now time. Did you know that 11 is elf in German? Which is a perfect segue into some of our topic today, which is a deeply nerdy set of topics. But in any event, I'm Jon Wolheim, and I'm super excited to be here with the rest of the RPGs, Really Passionate Geeks. I'm going to pass it over to my fellow JW, Justin, for his intro.
Hey, yep. JW squared here. What's going on, folks? I just got back from Vegas, but ready to kick it off with you guys back once again. And got my Be My Friend shirt on today, or hoodie on. So we'll pass it on to Kiwi.
That's me. For just a second, when we first got on, I thought that your shirt said "I am friend" with the E from like the Helldivers, right?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I was loving it, and I was going to ask where you bought that. So maybe a little kick over to John for the new clothing line.
Oh, yes. Nerdgear.io. Fun
Yes,
stories
but
around that.
very happy to be back. A little bit of a hiatus. We were all kind of busy, traveling, moving around, stuff like that. Just doing our geek thing across the country. So very happy to be back with my boys.
It is time. Well, we've got a fun topic to talk about today, and it's about as nostalgia prone as it could possibly be. But before we get going, let's open up a topic that we typically touch on, which is what we're playing right now. It's been a few weeks. I'm excited to hear what you guys are playing, and then we can move into our super fun topic of the week. So how about you, Kiwi? What are you playing right now?
Okay, so I actually was just recently playing way too many kids games. My daughter's getting to the age where she sees me playing and she wants to participate now. So plug the Switch back into the TV, and we've been playing some Mario Party. We've been playing some easy platformers, things that she can just run around on and do whatever she wants. And then when she goes to bed, I think I've been jamming on this X Defiant a little bit. I tried that out. So juggling between that and Helldivers whenever I get a spare second.
The Helldiving. For liberty. Managed democracy, right? So,
For liberty.
for liberty.
That's right.
How about you, J-Dubs? I know you're not a Helldiver in current state, but what are you playing?
No, I mean, I'm not to take away anything from Helldivers. I mean, that's a great game. I still follow it. I still watch the streams. I just don't personally play those type of games. But, it's been kind of a slow, dry spell. I've been talking about that on LinkedIn lately with announcements on Summer Games Fest, Nintendo Direct. It's just, I don't know. It's nothing mind-blowing like it was last year, as far as like the new upcoming games. But I am excited for one game in particular. Hopefully we all get to experience it and maybe broadcast it on Twitch or TikTok here, which is the Power Rangers beat 'em up game. Ready to play that, or the Turtles. We'll surprise you guys. We were going to play Helldivers. I kind of opted against that, sorry, but I think the first one is a retro beat 'em up. But as far as me lately, I'm just getting into Overwatch 2. Season 11 just came out. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those games where I just kick back from vacation or back from work and just trying to de-stress and just playing Overwatch 2. I am getting better. I will say with Sombra, she's the little hacker, and so a little ninja assassin. Getting a little better with her, just playing her out. How about you, John?
Wow, Sombra. I never got good with Sombra.
Yeah, she's hard.
I was Genji. I loved me some Genji, man. Speaking of assassins, but
Genji, I do Mei. I'm a good Mei, and
oh,
not even defensively. I push with
Oh,
Mei.
okay. Offensive May.
really?
Yeah,
Is that because of your frosty, cold personality?
I always stay frosty. You know that.
The opposite of. Wow, what am I playing right now? Definitely some Helldivers. It was really fun to do a game career talk with Christina Marie Drake and Willem and Tim Wood. The four of us streamed some Helldivers the other day and
Yeah, nice.
did some level 9 Helldiving with some bugs. Some trauma from that. Yeah, definitely still recovering from that.
Who's
that
the best
My
Helldiver
leg.
player?
Insert the my leg.
My leg! Ah. We actually had a lot of fun. I think we actually only failed out on one mission, but otherwise we did really, really well.
Nice.
So Helldivers, I'm going back and playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I never actually got all the way through Act 3, so I'm finishing Act 3 now that I've got a minute of time. But yeah, I'm also really pumped about all the stuff that's coming out here and excited to see what we stream next. Speaking of games that are fun to play, I want to throw out there the X Place and their summer game jam is in full swing. Anybody who still wants to get involved, still time. Thank you to Maya Rand and team. I'm going to be moderating their pitch panels next week on Tuesday. If anybody is interested, if this airs before Tuesday the 25th, we're doing big pitch panels. So if you want to learn how to get a game financed and how to get it made, come and join. It's free.
There you go.
Financing
Put down the
games.
controller and go educate yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thinking about it.
Well,
Getting
just
into
real
finance.
quick, Justin, I love the new the Final Fantasy you got behind you there.
Oh, it's not new. It's just I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just popping out more today.
Well, no, I thought it was like a shield. I thought you had the Hyrule shield or something.
I do
behind you
have the
before.
Hyrule shield. I gotta fix it. It's been on the blink here. I don't know if it's the LED lights or if it was German made because I got it from this dude in Germany on Etsy and he was making these but I still got the shield. It's just on the fritz. But the Final Fantasy's up, and then for my new office, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my new office. We're going to see a new layout here, hopefully by the end of the year.
We're going to be
Big welcome.
bi-coastal here, y'all. Pretty soon. We're
Yeah.
going to have West Coast, Vegas representation,
Oh,
and then
yeah, cross country.
we might have to find a fourth geek in the Midwest. If we have any Chicago
or Canada, a
Canada?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
it's gonna be fun, And I think next, this is gonna be our last episode too, where it's just us three. I think we're gonna go start diving into more guests, beginning of July, on our official announcement. So we've been in stealth mode, and these guys have been saying, "Hey, let's just stay stealth mode. Let's just keep it with us." We did one or two guests slid in, but hopefully we're gonna get more guests here in the future. Which is gonna be really fun. I can't wait. Instead of us three, we're going to have like a fourth member to really help out with the party.
See how Justin is. He's thrown us to the curb already, John. He's done.
We'll see. We're going to give it a shot. If y'all like it, great. If not, back to the tribe.
Back to the tribe.
Hey,
Nothing wrong with back to the tribe.
Yeah, we've gotten used to each other. We vibe now. We're done. Patting each other on the back. Time to bring some people in that are actually interesting, huh?
The vibes are vibing, as the youth would say.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Kevin Hart and the Kai Cenat crossover, man. That was like unexpected. You never would have seen that, but it blew up. So collabs, I'm down for collabs.
Yep. If anybody's listening that has something to say, hit us up. You never know.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, if you're listening,
Who you want to see? Yeah. Let us know if anybody knows Jack Black. He's
always welcome. That would be. We got to get Jack Black.
That would be cool.
We got to get Jack Black, and I know we can put our mind to it. We'll definitely get him on the show.
We could do 4-part harmony for Peaches.
Yeah.
Like,
would he be the backup tenors?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've already had a AAA film actor. We've already had a self-made game developer, right? Publisher.
Yep.
I think we're on a roll.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
All right, boys. Are you ready for this week's topic?
Let's go.
Today, we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about what you eat, what you wear, and what you watched. And there's a setting for this. And first, I'm going to go ahead and put on my prop because here's what I want to know. It's Saturday morning in 1992.
Ooh.
What are you watching? What are you eating? And what are you wearing? So let's talk about what we're watching first.
Yeah.
I'm clearly watching X-Men.
Yeah.
It's Saturday morning. It's X-Men 97 style, except it's actually almost at 1997. There it is. You're like between the ages of 10 and 13. What are you watching Saturday morning?
John, take it. Or Justin.
All right,
Sorry,
all right.
John,
I'll go first. So the 90s, the best era, undeniably, for cartoons. There's just so many good shows, but just the top of my head, I got to bring up. So I'm waking up Saturday morning. What am I going to eat? First, going to come down and get that cinnamon toast crunch cereal, the sugary cereal that that the parents want to say, eat your cereal.
Diabetes.
Yeah, I'm going to get the diabetes cereal. And I heard they don't have that anymore, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I heard they discontinued it.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you're saying they don't have?
Yeah.
Well, now it's called Insulin Crunch.
Yeah. There's been a lot of cereals that are not. Take a look. Definitely take a look. There was another one that I used to love, which is the Reese's Peanut Butter and the Oreo. And the Oreo.
The one they got rid of that was the biggest detriment was when they had Rice Krispie treat cereal, where they were little clumps of Rice Krispie treats instead of just the So I'm
Waffle Crisp. Waffle Crisp.
Yeah. So I had my.
Wait, we're not on eating yet. We're on watching. We're on.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing all three.
No, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then eating, then wearing.
All right. Well, I just gave you a little teaser. So we're watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hands down. The '90s version, not the Nickelodeon, mutated puppet-looking ones. I'm talking about the pure '90s, the pure story. The original canon story, not this new age multiverse story. I'm talking about Casey Jones. You guys remember Casey Jones and Bebop and Rocksteady? That is almost in every episode that will not die.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. I remember that episode when they turned the gravity upside down and they're wearing those heavy boots or whatever. That's just one that stuck with me. I remember very vividly for some reason.
Yeah,
and Ninja Turtles.
Oh man, there's just so many iconic scenes in there. But yeah,
remember Kang? Was it Krang?
Krang. Yeah.
Yep.
The weirdest villain.
So strange. Because remember, it was Kang. He was in that suit, but then the suit had its own sort of kind of had its own mind. Who knows? Maybe that was like an early commentary on AI.
Yeah, pretty much.
Watching. So you said 92 specifically, or just kind of
like between 92 and 97, like that broad window.
So, there's so many to name. Obviously, we know this, but for some reason, what sticks out to me is a little bit of a sidestep. You guys remember Freakazoid?
No.
There was a show called Freakazoid. And it was about some teenage kid who got stupid superpowers. It was so satirical. It was so adult. It was so just off the wall. And it was always on after like the, what's the cartoon series we just talked about recently? The cowboy that did it's like his own little brand of cartoons that he did, like Jungle Book and Tailspin and all that. Oh, come on.
Baloo.
No, John, on that last episode, you're the one that brought it up, and I'm having a brain fart right this second, literally.
Cowboy.
It was the mascot or whatever was a cowboy, but it was a series of different cartoons that he produced.
Oh. All
right. Well, I'm going to Google while somebody else is talking and figure that out. But aside from Freakazoid, aside from the good ones like Ninja Turtles, let's see what else was always on in the morning. They were still playing a lot of those 80s. They were still playing Masters of the Universe. They were still playing what's the one with the little jelly blob that was like, and then there was like a animal that had like 20 legs that they would ride on, and then there was like a little furry creature, and then it was the main character guy. Come on. Okay, two things I'm going to Google.
I saw in Vegas once, but not on a cartoon.
Are you watching UK cartoons.
Yeah, is this a knockoff
Yeah, right.
Canadian
This is
show?
this is me on the West Coast watching some weird shit. All right, John, you hit it up. I'm gonna hit Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for research. So I would say, in addition to X-Men, which is like, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the like Sigma, absolute dominant
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoon, there's three that come to mind, and I think I would watch this on tape because I don't think it was on Saturday mornings. But first, Ren and Stimpy.
Yep.
Oh, how could I forget?
Ren and Stimpy.
Is it goes beyond like inappropriate, like kind of adult humor into like almost unforgivable. Like if you watch it nowadays, it deserves to be
It
canceled.
is so
Like
disturbing.
it's rough.
Yeah.
Some of the things that happen in that show.
It's like the original Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Except I think Rick and Morty like said, "Hey, we're going to be pretty rough," and Ren and Stimpy was like, "No, we're a kids cartoon.
Yeah, we're a kids cartoon, but we're beating the shit out of each other. You know, there's
And-
blood and gore everywhere, and we're doing a lot
Oh, yeah.
of disturbing things.
Oh, Well, just look at Tom and Jerry, even right back in the day.
Yeah,
Guns blazing all over the place. By the way, first Google search came back. It was the Tex Avery show.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh,
yeah. Again, which part of Canada were you in?
Yeah, right.
get out of here.
British
Okay.
Columbia or Toronto or
I mean, just stick with Spider-Man 90s, or X-Men 90s.
there you go. Not Tex McGee or whatever.
Just think of all the most iconic intro songs you can, and that'll bring back all the memories.
Pokemon. No, but Pokemon is on my list, by the way. Pokemon, now
Yeah.
that came later, right? Like that's not within our little window here. But I do want to bring up one show that I don't know why I love this show so much, because I've tried to watch it again and I almost can't. Reboot.
Ooh, I do
love
remember Reboot.
Reboot.
The first like mainstream
Love
at Max Headroom, like the first mainstream use of computer graphics,
Oh.
and it was so bad.
Yeah,
It was so,
it was so
no
bad. It was
plot,
so good
So
though.
bad.
no plot. It was like one guy in his basement with some animation software. It was terrible, but I love it.
Hey,
I
he
love
hooked
it.
us. He hooked us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it inspired the
Is that-
movie Lawnmower Man.
yeah. Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Honorable mention: Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, and the Tick.
Oh, the
The
Animaniacs.
Tick, yeah.
Animaniacs
Yeah,
actually won awards for their comedy, their story. I still remember their songs that they would do. Their songs are so catchy, but they're so
Yeah.
educational. Remember they did the song about all the countries in the world? Like,
Yeah, I still sing it. Yep.
Yeah. That should be like required reading curriculum in our schools.
That's what it is. When did Cow and Chicken come out? That's later, huh?
Cow and chicken.
what cartoons are you naming, dude?
They're like,
You guys,
I think are these Looney Tunes? Are you talking about?
hey,
are you talking about-
somebody's gonna chime in on the comments. They're gonna agree with me.
no.
Yeah.
I'm with this one. You're actually not making up this time, Kiwi. This is a real one. Like this one actually exists. And it was that weird phase where people like there was no creativity in cartoons, so it was like, you know what, we're gonna make Cow and Chicken and Cat Dog.
Oh,
That was like
Cat Dog. I do know Cat Dog.
Yeah.
There it is.
What about? Do you guys remember Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Where
Of course,
in the
yeah.
world is
That
You know
was-
they're still
that was
making
on the
her
educational
games
side.
right now. It is crazy. There's like
Yeah.
so many different
It was like-
variations of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. That thing's never gonna die.
I would watch a Carmen Sandiego reboot where Jennifer Lawrence was Carmen Sandiego, but she was actually an assassin.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Like
A lot of people would watch it
Sign me
just
up.
because Jennifer Lawrence.
correct.
I
Hollywood, if you're watching, do it.
yeah. I
Okay,
still can't.
that's what we were watching. That's what we were watching. Let's go to what we were eating. Justin, I want to throw it to you. You already got us warmed up on this.
Yep.
You were eating
Cereal.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yep.
You were eating Oreo cereal. Is that right?
Yeah, the Oreo Cookie Crisp.
That was a good one.
Oreo and Cookie
Cookie
Crisp.
Crisp.
Cookie
Yes.
Crisp. But
So-
did not taste like cookies whatsoever. They were cardboard wafers with little sprinkles of chocolate, and that's what made it look like cookies. But it did not taste like. But it did make the milk taste like chocolate milk.
Best milk.
That
Best
that
milk.
was probably the thing that got me was the milk.
They should
Yeah.
make like somebody should make a line of just like milk products that's actually just the flavors of the cereal, right? Like so.
Lucky
yeah.
Charms.
I think they do. I think they did at one point. Maybe it's just a little weird for people to drink like sweet milk, I think maybe. I don't
Well,
know. They made those straws. Do you remember they made the straws out of the cereals that you like,
yeah,
and you drink the milk through the
Oh,
straw?
yeah.
which was pure crap. It did not work after 3 sips.
Yep, that's it.
But they did make the Star Wars blue milk. Did you guys taste the blue milk
Oh,
promotion?
never got
I
to
haven't
see
had it,
recently?
but yep,
Was it
like
good?
blue
It,
raspberry.
it was okay. It tasted like a fruit smoothie milk. I guess I don't know.
So I know Cookie Crisp was the thing I went to on like, if it was a special occasion. We didn't always have Cookie Crisp in the cabinet. It was always something weird that my parents liked. There was like Honey Smacks and
Honey
like,
Smacks.
I don't know, Frosted Wheats before they were mini. Do you guys remember Frosted Wheats used to be like this big?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
hated.
commitment.
I hated that cereal, man. That was super
It's
fiber.
terrible.
It was like
Really?
100% fiber, and like after you ate it, you had to go to the bathroom.
Well, and not only that, but like I don't know, 5 bites in, all the frosting falls off the
Yeah.
wheats, and then you're
It's
just
a,
eating
it's a race
straw.
against the clock. You're trying to beat that frosting melt. You're just going.
Yeah.
It's a time management exercise. It's very good.
So I think one of my favorites, honeycomb, still to this day, love
Okay, yeah,
honeycomb.
honeycombs. Yeah, I mean, it was like I get it from a parent's point of view. It's kind of healthy, and then for the kids, it's kind of sweet. Your parents loved that healthy. You had the Frosted Flakes, the honeycombs, the Chex. Man, you didn't have any of the
That's
good
it.
stuff like I did.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Tricks, the original Tricks,
Oh yeah, tricks are for kids.
great,
Yep.
great.
Tricks.
Lucky Charms can't be forgotten.
Lucky
But
Charms.
Kiwi, that's the question. We're listing out like a bunch of them, but what was your favorite one? What was your go-to?
Oh. It was something chocolatey. It had to be either Cocoa Pebbles
Oh,
or
yeah.
like Cocoa Crisp. Go to for sure.
Mhm.
Cocoa Crisp, man. Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
I agree.
Can we just take a moment and discuss like cereal mascots for a second and how ludicrous they all are? Like from Lucky Charms to Tony the Tiger to the insane, like what even is the creature that represents God, what cereal were we just talking about?
Tricks.
Honey
The rabbit?
Smack.
Trix. Yeah, Trix the rabbit.
Trix.
Like that thing he is got some substance issues happening.
They need to get a restraining order against that silly rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little pedo.
Yeah. Silly rabbit. Okay, so I've got a couple, one of which we probably all had, which is Waffle Crisp. That was my go-to. 100%. If you got a box of Waffle Crisp and a gallon of vitamin D milk, the rest of the day is just good, no matter what. Dino Pebbles, which was like sort of, anybody here have Dino Pebbles? It was like a mix
It
of.
came in a bag, right, instead of a box. Yeah.
Yep, that was the
didn't have
that
that.
was the maybe Dad didn't make great financial choices cereal in the 90s for me. Was a good one. And then the cinnamon mini buns. There was
Oh,
there was a
yes.
cereal that was like basically
Yeah.
Cinnabon.
That was the was the premium of the
Those
premium.
were good.
That was probably the most expensive cereal. I think my parents
Yep.
bought that one time and it's like never again. It was like a $20 cereal.
I had a friend who I didn't like, who I would go to sleepovers at his house because he had that cereal.
Bro, let's just hurry up and go to bed. No,
Oh
I don't
my
want to hang
gosh.
out. Let's
No,
go to bed.
no.
We all had
Benjamin,
friends like
don't
I need to
find
wake up
out.
early.
we all had
Nope.
friends like that. I had a friend who was a Double Dragon 3 when it came out or something, and I would just come over and sleep over. And his mom actually called me out one time. It's like, you do not like my son. You just come here just to play the game. She literally
Like,
called me out.
Make your son cooler. Make your son cooler.
Yeah, I mean, he was a dork, but we were all dorks, but he was a major dork.
I think I was that kid because when I got Mortal Kombat, I had so many friends. Oh man!
Wait, which version? Super NES or Sega?
It's Mortal Kombat 1 on the Super NES, and then of course Mortal Kombat 2 comes back.
Yeah, we all had those friends you take advantage of, and you just use them for one purpose.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
There was actually a cereal that it was the WWF cereal, and it had the Ultimate Warrior on the front of it,
Oh, awesome! Warriors.
and like Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan, and it was honestly probably the cheapest GMO like from Chernobyl's backyard grain that you could find that was used to make it. But it was so good, and I loved it. Probably just because it was all about wrestling. But
Yeah.
honorable mention to WWF cereal.
That was a very 90s thing to just use ads and use whatever the modern time thing is, the gimmick, just to throw on a cereal box. They would create new cereals every week just because there's a gimmick.
Well, remember the Nintendo cereal? You had the double version of Mario on one side, and then Legend of Zelda on the other side. And I remember when that first came out, it was heavily marketed. It was on all the gamer magazines. It was on all the commercials. And I wanted that cereal box so bad. When I finally got it, it tasted like crap.
You can buy a box of it right now unopened for $1,200 on eBay. But it's interesting. Whoa. It's called the Nintendo Cereal System. The whole box. Wow, they made it look like it was
great.
The
great marketing. Great marketing.
Oh man, you know what though? It still works. I just literally I don't eat much cereal anymore, and I just literally bought like 2 boxes of, I think it was Reese's Puffs, because they had Dragon Ball Z characters on them.
Yeah, still works.
Okay, sold.
Do you guys remember the cereals that were like Boo Berry, Count Chocula?
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
I hated Count Chocula.
Yeah. There was Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
Boo Berry. Count Mummy. Chocula.
Berry Mummy.
Yeah. And they would just be like
berries on that one.
I mean, chocolate cereal with marshmallows was a winner in my book.
I mean, yeah, those marshmallows were not real marshmallows. Again, they were fake marshmallows, but they still tasted good.
I think they were just little compacted granules of sugar.
Yeah, it was. Snowballs of sugar. That's all it was.
We may have already touched on this, but do you remember the moment when you realized that Crunch Berries and normal Captain Crunch were the same thing? That for me was like a major identity crisis as a kid. Like,
oops,
that
all
was like
berries.
Santa Claus isn't real level identity crisis.
Yeah. And I hated Captain Crunch too, because it would always mess up your teeth. It is like biting into rocks. Especially how old Captain Crunch is too. If it was left on the shelf space for 3 months, I mean, you were biting into rocks.
Captain Crunch is the king of destroying the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They don't hide it too, man. The sugar, I mean, it was just, wow, jaggedy, right? It was just
You're going to love every agonizing bite.
Yeah. You taste the Crunch Berries and the blood from the roof of your mouth. Rich in iron.
Yeah.
Everything made us tough as kids.
But those commercials always got us. I don't know what it was, but it was fun to watch those Captain Crunch commercials.
Yeah, and especially when you're sitting watching the show and it's advertising the cereal you're eating, you're like, yeah, I'm a consumer in America. Okay, last question about cereals before we transition to fashion. I know, Kiwi, your primary passion in life.
There you go.
Did you guys ever do this? You've got like half a bowl of several boxes of cereal, and you just dump it all into one huge bowl, and you turn it. We would call that super cereal.
Suicide, we called it.
That's what we called. That's what we called like all the sodas. But did you guys ever do that? And if so, how terrible a decision was that?
It would work out every once in a while, but on average, it would just taste like a big sugary bowl of just random enjoyment.
Yeah, I didn't like it so much,
and it's usually just powder. It's usually all the powder that's at the bottom of the bags.
We all know that powder. We all know we took the box and we like that with the leftover powder at the bottom of the cereal box.
That was the best part of the frosted mini wheats, by the way, was the powder. That was the tolerable part.
Yeah.
And I hated those plastic bags, right? How they always come in the cereal boxes, plastic bags, because there's no good way of ripping it open and making it all nice and clean. When you're a kid, I don't know. My parents left it up to me. My parents didn't open it up with scissors and put a nice little clippy pouch on it. No, as us as little kids, we go we rip that sucker open, and that thing gets stale on the second day because we don't airtight it the next day.
Don't even cram it back down before you close the box. Just wide open.
No.
Yeah, these 2 cardboard flaps will definitely keep the air out.
Keep the air out.
The tab. It's the tab.
When you're a kid, you definitely thought that too. You're like, you know what?
Oh,
yeah. This is a good way to store it.
I mean, let's be honest, it wouldn't last that long anyway. So
yeah,
cereal did not.
Anyway,
I mean, how many bowls of cereal would you normally eat on a Saturday morning? Honestly,
bowls or boxes?
Bowls. But it would average 3. That's just the number in my head. I would just always do 3 bowls.
Minimum 2.
Yeah. This has a lot to do with why I ran a 30-minute mile in high school. As many bowls as there were milk supplies to be had.
Oh yeah, the milk. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
You got to time that out with the milk ratio too, because you don't want to get yelled at your mom. So you had to conserve your milk. Yeah, I did that at least.
The very last bowl you eat, it's like super concentrated, like viscous milk at the bottom.
Yeah, that thing's been filtered by 3 bowls.
Non-Newtonian fluid. You gotta call it out. Honorable mention for the toys that used to come in those cereal boxes, and they're still doing that stuff. I was in a store the other day, and I was walking our little daughter around and talking to her about all the different things, and there were still toys in some of the boxes. But that, much like the Happy Meal, honestly, that little like 10-cent toy motivated me to buy certain cereals, right? Even though I didn't really want the cereal.
Yeah, I still remember the plastic things that come in. So it comes in a little plastic pouch, right? And then the plastic parts are connected where you got to actually pop it out. Remember, you got to pop it out from that little square.
Oh yeah.
And then you put the pieces together like Lego. And I remember like making a submarine from the Captain Crunch and like a treasure chest from the Captain Crunch. But it's so thin. I'm trying to teach Gen Z here because they've probably never seen it. It's on this thin rectangle, and then you got to pop out the pieces individually, and then you got to put them together.
Yeah. My favorite one was the Ninja Turtle spoon. So I can't remember what cereal it was, but it had Ninja Turtle. It was a super cheap plastic little spoon, but it was a turtle with a turtle head, and you had to stick a thing on it, but then you could eat with it. It was great.
That was a premium toy. Yeah.
Fantastic. Rest in peace to the real generation of toys in the box, because now you're getting like a cardboard note that like you fold in half and it stands up.
Thank you for
no more demo discs, no more Transformers.
Yeah,
here's your Pokemon trading card.
Yeah, they cracked down on the toys. They definitely did. Well, they definitely cracked down on the health levels because again, there's no Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but.
One could also make a case for this having something to do with why there's literally plastic in everything now. We were eating toys out of boxes of cereal. Plastic.
Yeah.
Oh no. And you're not a normal human being if you wait until it pours out of the cereal. Like you open the box, you shove your hand as deep as you can, rifle through the cereal
the first time you open
and get it out of there until they got smart enough to put it on the outside of the box, or the bag.
Oh yeah, they did.
There's a couple of toys that it looks like are actually worth some good money now that came out of those boxes. The Darkwing Duck fanny pack.
Ooh,
that's huge.
What? That's crazy.
The baking powder submarine, and I remember this one. You get this one. I think it was Captain Crunch. You put baking powder in this little plastic thing. You put it in the water, and it would literally float up and down. So it's like a science experiment. And then the Captain Crunch boat whistle. Apparently,
that was the one I was talking about. Yep.
You Navy guys, that's a callback to your Navy days, no?
Yeah, I still remember that. Yeah,
waking up to that every morning.
This is just saying like the top. Let's see, Captain Crunch.
No, I definitely remember the whistle. It's funny enough, I was just looking too. I remember, let's see, what do we got?
Those spoons are everywhere though. I mean, Lucky Charms spoons, it's Cheerio spoons. Yeah, I'm seeing them on eBay right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember.
$100 for the whistle, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, ain't no weenie whistle, but hey, here's your turtle spoon, and the bowl. Oh, I remember the bowl set. It was plastic bowls, and it had the head on it. Man, okay. All right.
Yeah. A lot of pods.
Okay.
Good times. Good times.
Let's transition over to fashion. Okay. It is Saturday morning, mind you, right? This isn't what you were wearing to school necessarily the day prior. But what were you wearing for Saturday morning cartoons?
100% whatever I was probably wearing the previous day. Most likely, okay, I'll just admit it. We weren't the most well-off children, very loved, don't get me wrong. However, it was always one of those generic off-the-shelf Walmart, like radical dinosaur T-shirts or something like that. Something stupid. Yeah,
This is when you're in your teenagers? When you were a teenager? Or?
Yeah, no, this was yesterday. Are we talking about yesterday or when I was a kid?
All right, I'm gonna bring it back. This is what I remember. These are the clothing brands that I remember that my mom always bought me. Stussy,
Yeah.
Massimo,
Mm-hmm.
and the biggest one that I always wanted, until my mom always buy this for me, was No Fear.
No Fear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because they always
No
had
Fear
like a
was for the cool
skateboarder, or it was just like the X Games. It was like No Fear. It was so cheesy.
No Fear back then is like the equivalent of Bro now.
Yeah, it's like the tap out
Yeah.
shirt of the '90s.
Yeah. I would put it up maybe as maybe the champion shirt.
Oh yeah, Champion is the middle class. It's not too cheap. It was right there, Champion. Yeah, absolutely.
The best part about those No Fear shirts, which by the way is 100% my answer, was the sayings that they would put on them.
Oh yeah, what are some of the sayings?
A few of their like choice things. Keep in mind, this is like a 12-year-old boy, right, watching cartoons, right, wearing a shirt that says, "If it were just about attitude, everyone would have it."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I'm looking at the logo right now with the eyes. Oh yeah,
The eyes. Yep.
Oh, here's another one. No fear, dangerous sports. Those who know cannot explain. Those who don't cannot understand. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a good one. Second
You know
place
what it was? I always
is the first
always
loser.
had those shirts. Always had those shirts where it was like I don't know, Bugs Bunny or Taz.
Oh, yeah,
or
that was-
something.
that was very
Like
fashionable
dress
in the 90s.
cool though, you know, like with the hat backwards or something. Like
yes. Yeah, Tasmanian Devil. There was the big dogs. Yeah,
Tweety
big dog.
Bird, man.
Big dogs.
Everyone had the Tweety Bird. Oh, Big Dogs.
Shout out to Walmart.
Big Dogs.
Tweety Bird looking all hardcore. Like, okay, Tweety Bird.
And then people in the mall, like you go in the mall, right? And they would graffiti it on your jeans. Do you remember that?
Oh,
I
you
do,
went to nicer
actually.
malls than I did.
That was like what era was that? That was TLC, No Scrubs era, when they did the Tweety Bird on the jeans and the Tweety Bird
Okay.
jacket. And then that's when everyone started doing the graffiti.
I do remember.
Wow. I feel compelled to buy a No Fear shirt and wear it on one of our episodes.
Do they still sell them? They still sell them. Oh my god.
If No Fear is a brand that's available for purchase, if this show does well, I'm going to buy No Fear and
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
back.
Oh, it's on AliExpress. No Fear's on AliExpress and made it worldwide.
That's how far they've gone down, huh? Now.
Yeah. I actually don't think,
$4.99.
it doesn't look like it's actually in major retailers. It just looks like just random companies are selling them, like Zoomies.
So, okay, we talked about what we're wearing up top. How about downtown? I'll go first. Cut off jeans
Yep.
all day. Here's why.
Cut off.
This was an era, right? We were being raised by Depression era parents, right? So in some cases, or at least their parents were. And so you got the jeans, then you blew out the knees in the jeans, rolling around on the ground, playing whatever. And so what happens then? You better hope that those were like knee holes and not thigh holes, because those are becoming shorts.
Yeah.
And it's as short as they're going to be, right? So you be real careful showing off any sort of torn thighs on your jeans, because you might end up with a little bit of a hot pants situation.
Yeah, the jean shorts, man. The frayed jean shorts. Why?
Why?
I don't know why. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with, because I was a skater. I'm gonna go with the Jinkos. We used to call them bootleg jeans, because we would always put wine bottles or like
We got a
from our
juggalo
parents.
in our
We would
midst
always
there.
sneak out bottles of alcohol in our Jinkos. Like a 40 ounce in our
Is
Jinkos.
that why they existed? That maybe that's the whole reason they existed.
Probably. But
There's a guy on YouTube that still wears them and rollerblades everywhere,
Yeah.
and he puts like a whole Nintendo in his back pocket.
he put
and
two
like,
of them. Yeah, he put two of them in there. He's still on TikTok. So Jinkos, and then I don't know if you guys remember Crisscross. Make you jump.
Oh, they make you jump. Yeah.
What clothing brand did they come out with?
I just remember them wearing everything inside out.
It was,
Backwards?
and it was called Cross Colors. Colors. It was
Ah.
called Cross Colors, and I do remember this. I do remember begging my mom to buy me Cross Colors, and they actually sold the jeans. I kid you not, backwards. And so I was wearing it, and I remember my principal got so mad at me and was like, "Reverse this around." And I tried to explain to him. I was like, "No, it's the style." He wouldn't get it.
Like, this is the cool way, bro. You're only cool if you pee your pants.
I wonder if Cross Colors got bought out by by some company.
That feels like one that maybe just died.
So, talking about bottoms all the way down, two things I want to know if anybody on this channel is guilty of: Heelys,
Yeah.
or soaps.
Now Heelys, that's not a '90s thing though. Heelys are
Early 2000. That was early 2000.
Was it really
mid,
that
early to
recent?
mid 2000s, right?
Yeah,
Holy crap!
definitely
that feels like
was. Was it 90s? Maybe the end of the 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Was
It
it?
feels like it.
Maybe.
Well, what about soaps? I know, Justin, you're a skater. Do you remember soaps?
Is that the wax bar?
That was the shoe. In the arch, it had like a plastic wax insert, so you could grind rails and do stuff like that with your.
No, I remember my rollerblades had that. Had the arch where there was like
Mhm.
constant soap coming out or wax coming out. I don't remember that. So Heelys came out. Get this, December 2000.
Right on the Y2K.
Right on the
huh?
money.
Wow.
They're like, the world's going to end. We're putting wheels in our shoes.
F it, we're doing it live. Oh, you know what? Looking at some of the like clothing brands that I'm so glad. I mean, these still exist. People still buy these, by the way. So this falls into the like Margaritaville t-shirt like level of
Oh,
decision
jeez.
making that somebody might.
Margaritaville.
You're moving to Florida, Justin. You'll be wearing these soon.
Hell
But-
no.
So you've got Big Dogs, which was again just like a big sort of like a Saint Bernard somehow as a
bulldog.
human.
It was a bulldog.
It looks like it
I
was.
think they were
variety.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a variety.
Yeah, it was the
And then
it was the
there's-
poker dogs that got buffed and jacked.
Oh
Right.
my god! This is one of two Saint Bernards playing basketball, jumping up like this, and it says "High 4." I'm buying this shirt right now.
Oh,
But the
man.
worst brand ever, Big Johnson.
Big
Oh,
Johnson.
Big
Do you remember
Johnson.
this?
Oh yeah, that was when you try to be cool, thinking you're
Oh,
being
yeah.
snarky. It's like, oh yeah, you know about my Big Johnson?
yeah, sixth grader. Yeah, enjoy being sent home again.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I remember this brand, and it's only for a certain crowd. There's two brands, but it came from one shop, which was the Big Bass Pro Shop. So Billy Bass, were the talking fish head,
Singing
right?
bass,
You got
yeah.
the Billy Bass shirts, and it was like the Big Mouth Bass shirts. I hated those shirts because they were all ugly. And then the second one was Salt Life. Dude, you bought that Salt Life, bro?
Yes, Salt
Man,
Life,
I got
Riptide,
Salt
or
Life.
Rip Curl, or
What
Roxy.
or Salty Crew? Salty Crew? Is that the one that you see all over the place these days?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's like if you get it, you're a fisherman. You're a true fisherman, dude.
Oh yeah, it's like the equivalent of Real Tree these days.
Oh yeah. I go in the woods. Look what I'm wearing. I go to the woods.
It's a running joke. My wife, she thinks I'm an idiot, but anytime I see somebody wearing camo patterned clothing, I pretend like they're not there.
You just sing the John
You
Cena song.
can't see me.
Do,
Yeah.
do.
Can't see me.
I don't know. I tried rocking the. Okay, I remember this came out. This is so weird. This came out when the Street Fighter movie came out, and this fad came out. And I don't know if it was Soldier Boy. It had to have been Soldier Boy. The No Limit. It was No Limit Soldiers for sure. It was a rap group in the '90s for my Gen Z people. But the camo came back when the Street Fighter movie came out, and it was like the red and black camo and like the blue and white camo.
Oh, that hard urban.
Yeah,
camo,
the
bright-
urban camo, and that was like
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Limit
red.
Soldiers.
What was anyone blending in with the bright red camo? Like which
That's-
part of the urban environment
It's
was that creating the like obfuscation in.
Golden Gate Bridge camo.
Yeah.
It's
McDonald's.
good for that one geolocation
McDonald's.
right there.
If there's enough people wearing it, you blend in with them, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Well, hey, here's the thing, y'all. The 90s were a different era nutritionally, different era for fashion.
Yeah.
I would argue a better era for TV. Like, that's an area where I think, actually regressed. We've probably made some progress in the other spaces. But thanks to X-Men 97, we're coming back in the right direction. But
Yeah, and
Hey.
and Spider-Man recently
And
announced.
Once they got rid of Tex
Spider-Man
Avery, it went downhill.
Is official, green lit.
Kiwi, Tex Avery's not going to happen, man. You got to stop trying to make Tex Avery happen, dude. Like,
It's not fetch, okay?
not fetch.
Not gonna happen.
All right, folks. It's been an amazing episode 11. Thank you for being with us. We hope to see you in episode 12, where
episode
JW episode 13. JW is our next Navi, so come and see what he brings to us for a surprise. But from all of us here at RPG, peace out.